Hello guys, today our topic is about the geometry and mensuration, okay? So let's move into the first part about the geometrical terms and the shapes, okay? So let's move into the first slide. Okay, here we have several terms about the geometric. Maybe here you can find there's point. A point means an exact location in space, okay? So here is a point, okay? So we also learn point in the lines, right? Okay, we said 2 points can form a single line, right? That is a point. And a line segment. Here is a line segment. We said a straight path between two endpoints. So here is a line segment, okay? And also we have parallel lines. Like here, you can find L1 and L2, they are parallel, okay? And also for perpendicular lines, okay? So they are perpendicular with each other, okay? And also we have types of angles, okay? So we have arcuate angle. That means the two lines, like here you have intercept angle that is smaller than 90 degrees. So we call this an arcuate angle. And here we have a right angle, okay? Right angle. So here is 90 degree, okay? Right angle. And we also have a obtuse angle, okay? You can find here. It's bigger than 90 degree and smaller than 180 degree, okay? And we also have a reflex. Okay, so we can find reflex angle is bigger than 180. Okay, that is the types of angles right here. Okay, and we also have triangles. Okay, so we have four types of triangles. Here, the first type is called equilateral. Equilateral means the three sides are equals with each other. Okay, so we can say equilateral has three same side, and the graph or and the we can find the triangle is maybe symmetrical, right? You can find here, you can draw three symmetrical line, right? You can just fold it and it can be repeated totally, right? Okay, that equilateral. And isosceles triangle means here you can find they have two same side, like here, okay? And also we have the right angle triangle, okay? That means a 90-degree angle, okay? And the longest side we also call a hypotenuse, okay? Okay, this side we also call a hypotenuse, okay? And discuss about the quadrilaterals, okay? So you can find there are a lot of types of quadrilaterals, okay? The first type is called parallelogram, okay? So parallelogram, we have the opposite sides are parallel and they're equal with each other, okay? So here you can find that is a parallelogram. Also, the opposite angle is equal. This angle, smaller angle equals to smaller angle, and the bigger angle equals to a bigger angle, okay? That is parallelogram. And for rectangle, we knew that maybe here, if we draw like a rectangle here, that is a rectangle, okay? And the rhombus, and we knew that, oh, sorry, rectangle is here, triangle, okay? Sorry for that. This is rectangle, okay? Means four angles are or 90 degree, okay? And for rhombus means that parallelogram is four equal sides, okay? So here you can find that is example, okay? It's very like a diamond shape, right? Okay. And a square. Square means four sides equals to each other. Okay, that is square. And a trapezium. A trapezium we can draw like here. That there are a pair of parallel sides. Okay, and then you can find most of the times maybe we have two other sides. Okay, beside of the parallel side. Okay, and last quadrilateral is called kite. Okay, so kite is the kite we said in daily life. Like here, we can say this is a kite shape. Like here, kite shape. So here is a very interesting properties for kite. That is two like opposite angle and they will connect together, and also two opposite angle they connect together, and they are perpendicular lines. Okay, that is kite. Okay, that is for several very classical quadrilaterals. Okay. And we also have three-dimension solid terminology. Okay, so first we call it face. So face means like here, a face of the like here is a cube. Okay, and also we have edge. Like here we can find edge. It means the side of the like the 3D solid. Okay, and vertex. Vertex means a point that's three or more edges meet. So here you can say this point is called a vertex. Okay, and we also have some other common solid like a cube, okay? So cube, this is a cube, okay? So cuboid, okay, means like another cube, but it is not the same with each side, okay? And the prism, we can just consider as here it is, okay? And this is a prism, okay? And we have a cylinder, okay? Cylinder. And we have a pyramid. This is a pyramid. it's a pyramid, and the cone, okay, and the cone, cones like this. This is with a circle surface, okay, and the sphere. Sphere means just like a ball, okay. That is sphere, okay. So that is for several terminology we have to know about this, okay. And also here's some deliberate practice for you, okay. So you can just do it on yourself, or you can also listen to me, okay. So for the first problem, you can find it asking describe the difference between a rhombus and a square, okay. So we said for a square is just like here, four sides equals to each other, and you can find all the angles are 90 degree, right? Okay, that is a square. And also for rhombus, we knew that here is a very important properties for this, okay? Because not all the angles may becomes 90 degree, okay? So we can say square is a rhombus, but rhombus is not a square, okay? Square is a very special kind. And for second question is that an angle measures 215 degree, and which type of this, okay? So back to our what we learned, you can find here. It is a reflex, right? Because 225 is bigger than 180, right? Okay, so we can use this word to represent for uh, the angle, okay? Okay, so for about problem 3, it's that a triangle has angles 50 degree, 50 degree, and 80 degree. And what is the specific name for the type of the triangle, okay? So you can find here, there are four angle equal to each other. Sorry, two angles equal to each other, like they are both 50, right? So the biggest angle is 80, okay, this is 50 degree. So we can say that must be a symmetrical graph, right? So we can say that is an isosceles triangle, right? Okay, so that is problem 3. And for problem 4, a solid have 5 faces, 8 edges, and 5 vertices, and the base is a rectangle, okay? So that is a pyramid, right? Okay, we say pyramid here. Just find here, right? This is a pyramid. You can find there are 4 side and 1 base, right? So total here are 5 faces, okay? And here you can find there are 4 edges upwards and 4 edges on the base. Okay, so here are total 8 edges and 5 vertices, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So we can call this a pyramid, right? So this is the first problem. And last problem is what is the sum of the interior angles of a trapezoid, right? Okay, so if you draw a trapezoid, maybe here you draw a trapezoid, like here, and we can say maybe here trapezoid we have 4 angles, right? If you connected the opposite angle like here, okay, you can find you form 2 triangles, right? And we already knew that for triangle total angle is 180 degree, right? So we can set total angle right here is 180 degree plus 180 degree equals to 360 degree, okay? So that is for the total angle value in the trapezoid, okay? Okay, so we have already learned for all the shapes, all the coordinate geometry. I hope it can help you to understand for some basic geometries and the terms for this. They are very important, okay? So that's for today's our lesson. See you next time. Bye.